Hey there, comrades. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be working on changing out a couple of cartridges, batteries, for the Game Boy. The Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced. I have a few Game Boy games that I believe have battery backup. I'm not 100% sure. This is a pretty simple process, and I'm going to show you how it works. This game may look familiar to you in a previous video. I did get to play it. It is working just fine. I almost wish it wasn't. It is not a very good game. But I'm all about preservation, so let's keep that thing going. So, got a pack of CR 1616 cell batteries. This is just a kit you could order off of Amazon for like $12. You could definitely go better quality, get nicer ones. CR 2023s and 2025s will also work. Their battery life is also generally a little bit more preferred, but I wanted to keep it simple and also just kind of in a way work with what I think the average Joe would get and prefer. Because I know for sure with these batteries at these sizes, there would be absolutely no form of modification necessary. So this is literally something pretty much anyone can do. It comes with a tri-wing screwdriver and 2 game bits. This is the larger game bit generally used for systems. This is the 4.5, and then you have your smaller one, which is usually for your cartridges, 3.8. That'll work for NES cartridges, Genesis cartridges, a whole big variety of cartridges. And let's see if I need to get my driver out. No, I think we're good. I probably should get a driver out anyway, but let's just keep this moving. So again, this is the Conker's pocket tail that I featured in another video. And let me get you guys situated. There we go. So I got it all cleaned up. I got it functioning. I'm going to give it a quick clean again, just around the battery pad. This actually used to have one of the bigger batteries in it, it looks like. See. Yeah, it's still mostly clean looking. Alright, so I will be adding some flux to it to help the solder flow. Just a little bit. Now, this is the point where I wish I had a better indicator of where the negative and positive was. But it looks as though there's only one way this battery can actually go on, so I think we're good to go. Right. I'm actually going to go ahead and get tweezers after I finish this one. Make it easier to remove the other ones. There we go. Back. Looks like I should already have my tweezers out. Always be prepared, right? I think these tweezers will do. Now I just need to hold it down though, really. kind of like to make sure I'm floating the whole pad in there, keeping it covered. Like this does not, it's just really sucking up a good amount of solder. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. There we go. That's what we like to see. A little bit of IPA, clean up the flux. All right. Let's get the screw back in here and just give it a quick shot, because I believe this game gives you an error message when its battery is flat. Save data, start to continue. You see now I run into the issue. I know save data has been lost, but when do you actually ever get to save this game? I haven't actually played it enough to get to where I believe it's savable. So pretty abysmal game. I'm not gonna lie, it's rubbish. And these graphics are pretty stellar though. Sorry, it's really hard to get an angle on this thing. Yeah, Conquer crying as they put him in such a terrible game. Well, you can see the game is working just fine, for better or worse. Oh, press select to save. Game saved. Alright, so I don't even know why I'm switching out the cartridge, but I guess just to make sure there's nothing still sitting in the system memory, the RAM memory for the system. But here we go. That game has been out. Hey. Game Boy. There you go. Loaded straight in. No error message about data being lost. Battery is good to go. In fact, it should even let us pick up, I think it would let us save the language. This is just a terrible game. You have to go through this whole little thing every time. There's only one, so yeah, there you go. I had the book there, said AAA. Alright. So we're good. Next up, we're going to do Pokemon. This one actually has some kind of value. Pokemon Sapphire. Oh, this one has a tri-wing. Good thing they sent this little driver here. I have tri-wing screwdrivers, of course, but wouldn't have had one on hand and ready. Ooh. Alright, let's get this where you guys can see it. I'm going to... Hey, So now I see why everybody complains that does these repair videos, because doing this in a manner that is conducive to letting people see what you're doing is a little difficult. But if I get a little bit of flux on there, I got a little leverage going under the battery, hopefully that'll allow me to ease it up. Yep, up and off the pad. Yep, our battery is just about ready to go. So yeah, again, this is pretty simple stuff. The tools necessary, not super expensive. This is actually not a Hako. This is a Fako, not a Hako. I don't really use any expensive equipment. A lot of it I can't afford. Just give this a little wipe down. Add a little bit more flux. Sweetheart, this is much newer and in better condition than the Game Boy Color one that was all rusted over and everything previously. Now we do run into the issue that this had double bent tabs. Okay, so the orientation would go this way. Let's see how it rests. I can definitely get that to lay flat there. I will need to bend this down just a little bit. Okay, alright. These tabs are super easy to work with. Super bendable. Alright, I'll do just a tiny bit. Alright, so now at this point you already heard me mention the orientation of the battery and the position it should be going in. However, if you've noticed, there is a problem. I did put this battery in backwards, reversed the polarity. That's why it didn't work. Spoiler. You're going to let you watch everything I did just so you can see we do all make mistakes. Watching this back and checking the video helped me catch it pretty quickly. I did go back and fix it with the new battery, so the CR1616 will work on the Game Boy Advance game that uses crystal battery backup. Its lifespan may be shorter than a 2023, but this will suffice. I would still recommend a 23. That is the original that I had in there, and they do last a very long time. So, without further ado, you can go back and continue watching me fuddle around on this and not understand why things aren't working with it. Again, we all make mistakes, but we all learn from them. I do know a lot of other people I follow and watch and learn some things from. They take photos of a lot of their work as they're doing it, and that is a good practice that I should make use of more often. I do use it every now and then when it comes to wire arrangement or ribbon cables, making sure I'm socketing everything incorrectly. But even for batteries like this, again, like this doesn't seem to have a notation for negative or positive. So it would have just been nice to keep a direct reference on hand, and if you're doing this yourself, again, it's a good idea to keep a reference. So enjoy the rest of the video and know that this cartridge is now working with the new battery, and that whole situation is resolved. Thank you. Be simple. There we go. Like Make sure the other side is secure. I believe that this is good. I'm going to fold that in over on itself so it's not leaking over the edge, and also I think that'll help it to, yep, help it to grip. So now I know for sure that is in there and that is solid. I should probably pay better attention to which way this stuff goes together, right? Alright, so we got our Pokemon Sapphire. So while we're getting this one booted up, you know, just a quick little catch up on the channel. We very recently just hit our 100 subscribers, and very excited, very thankful. Oop, cartridge didn't want to boot. Probably should have cleaned off the pins while I was in there. But yeah, we got our 100 subscriber. Big milestone for me, very excited. Jeez, really can't see this, can you? You can hear it. But internal batteries run dry. Huh. Oh, so the battery in this is only for the clock. And the rest of it's flash memory. You know what? This may actually be a situation where I need the 2023 or 2025. This one's going to be a revisit, because I think I actually need a stronger battery in order to run those. Let me see. Yeah, any clock-based game generally needs a stronger battery. These batteries here are essentially just for saves, which internal battery run dry. Yeah. Huh. How about that? The things you learn. So we'll come back to that one another day. You live, you learn, right? Yeah, again, I was saying 100 subs. I'm planning a special episode, and I'm in the works with some other things to help celebrate. So thank you to everybody who's helped me get to this milestone. And Kirby does not have a battery. As I said, I believe some of these have batteries. I knew for sure Conquer did and the Pokemon did. I didn't realize the Pokemon didn't have the battery I needed. If none of these other ones have batteries, I might just pop the Pokemon open again now and put the old one back until I can get a proper replacement. Oh wow. Could have sworn that one had a game save on it. Maybe it was number 2. I got a Super Mario Land 2 opening up next. last but not least, this is about to be a really short video. Alright, for what it is, I was hoping to get something a little bit more long. Ah, there we go. We finally got one. So you know what? Because I don't think there is anything wrong with the battery in this one. I'm going to take this battery and switch it out. For the Mario, well, the Mario battery I'm getting rid of, but I'm going to take this Pokemon battery and I'm just going to swap it back out because this should still be good. There shouldn't actually be any issue with this battery. We'll find out in a few minutes, I guess, if there actually is, because I'm going to swap it out and use it in a different cart that doesn't have a clock. Alright. So you can see this is actually pretty simple. Long as everything goes as it should. You know. Things actually working out as they should. God forbid. Heaven forbid. Alright, just get my tweezers under there a little bit. Sorry, let me get you guys in on this action. This is so much more difficult than you imagine to keep on camera. Oy. Alright. That side does not want to lift. So let's do this side first. Let's get one side up. It's going liquid. It is molting. I don't know why it's not letting go. We add a little bit fresh solder to it. Sometimes that helps it just flow a little bit better. Yep, that's what she needed. She just needed a little fresh solder on there. It's so close. Just let go. Just let go, Jack. Still barely hanging on to that side. There we go. There we go. New battery going. There we go. We can make that look a little bit nicer, right? Yeah, there we go. So now we gotta get this one back onto the polka man, which this way. Ooh. Ooh-wee. He goes, missed that one. That one almost pulled me back into this soldering socket with me. Into it with it. Alright. Alright, so now we should have 2 games all done. But let me just polish this up real quick. This is new battery. I'm surprised that this uses flash memory. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. It's not like it's an old game. It's from the 2000s, I believe. But let's see what we get when we put in this Mario. Again, I'm not sure how quickly I'm going to be able to save a game. But let's find out, because you know what? It'll be interesting to prove that the issue we were just having with the clock was purely because a low voltage battery of a lower voltage was in it. So, there we go. Golden coins. Oh gosh. I almost feel bad that you guys can see this. I don't know how bad I'm going to do. Or if this even saves after one level. If I get through this level and I can't save, then I'm just going to have to recap and tell you if this battery's working or not. I don't think any of us want to sit here all day watching me play an original Game Boy game on an SP screen over my camera. Why am I collecting all these coins? I'm just testing this. Let's go, let's go. Oh, there are midway points? Alright, let's go. Oh man, I forgot how good this game was. Oh dear. Oh, it's gotta be for the flag, right? Ah, whatever. The goal, whatever, yeah. Oh man, it looks like this was going in and out of focus. I'm sorry. I apologize. Alright, so if I play these mini games... maybe that saves it? I don't know. Let's see. Again, I'm really not sure how to save this game. Let's see if anything comes up. Yeah, there we go. 1 stage complete. Game saved. So yeah, it looks like the issue with that Pokemon was I put the wrong battery in there. It's my bad, Pokemon. My bad. Let's see what happens. I can't remember if the old battery in this was still good. Again, a lot of this is just for conservation. Try and help keep these games alive and going, and sometimes that's just something as simple as changing out a battery. They can bust, they can explode, they can leak. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with a battery. You know what, this gave me a little bit of an issue, so let me also clean this real quick. That's pretty clean. It's just good practice to change these batteries. I'm even half tempted to just pop a battery out of a original NES cart and just see if these batteries will work. Because again, these batteries are very easy to get a handle on, so might be worth checking that out. Internal batteries run dry. Okay, yeah, so battery is dead, and I do need a better battery to save this one. But that's about all I got for everybody today. I'm going to actually play some of that Super Mario soon. That was a classic. I always remember playing that as a kid. It was a favorite. Yeah, I'm going to look a little bit more into replacing the batteries for the Pokemon for Game Boy Advance. And once I get that thing's clock battery back up and running 100%, I'll make sure you guys all get to watch that happen. But it's going to be the same process. Pretty simple, in and out. Pretty much all these cartridges is one screw. Melt the solder off of 2 tabs, and you're good to go. It's simple, and if you're doing any kind of beginner soldering work, this is an ideal place to start also, even if you haven't dabbled yet. So if you're just looking to get into doing this kind of stuff, you can literally pick up any kind of game off of like original NES, Game Boy games, Sega Genesis games. Like, just find some cheap ones, go online, reference which ones use batteries, and you can just stock up on a couple and change the batteries on them, then maybe resell them, give them to a friend, donate them to a thrift store. Just practice, you know. It's a way to get out there and learn a little bit on how to solder stuff. We all got to start somewhere. I generally started with batteries and capacitors. I did a few capacitor changeovers. One of my earliest projects was on a Sega Game Gear, doing a recap on that, and I would not recommend that. Even if you know what you're doing, that's just not a fun project. It's a small space to work with. Sega at the time were using something that we referred to as fish oil caps, and they stink. It's just a bad time. It's a bad time working on Game Gears. Right? Someone's got to help keep them alive and going, but I would definitely not have that as a first job to tackle. I had mixed results. I had one I was able to fix, and one that, while removing capacitors, I broke way too many traces for the system to be worth me trying to save. I still have it. Maybe I'll sell it off for spare parts one day. I don't know. Maybe I'll even revisit it when I feel more comfortable working with trace repair. But till those days come, thanks for joining me, comrades. See y'all next time.